I'm just learning recently that our dog's cuteness is actually just from you. Staging.
Can't prove that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Can't prove that every time she's snuggling a stuffed animal, it's my fault.
Tina, did you pick up the stuffed elephant and put it under your paw so that it looked like you were spooning it?
She can neither confirm nor deny.
I think her face says it all. Also, we're live! Hello. Welcome to the Tuesday before Tiffany leaves for Gen Con.
Also known as Original New York Seltzer Sparkling Water Watermelon Flavor Tuesday.
It's not actually what that is.
We are not sponsored by Original New York Seltzer Sparkling Water.
Yep. We're not really sponsored by anyone except for Patreons. Thank you, Patreons. Well, sort of. We're a little sponsored by Daily Magic Games, who provided us with this copy of Sailing Towards Osiris, which we are going to stream this evening. Hello, Catstep. And so we're going to set it up. This game is for 2 to 4 players, and it plays in about an hour-ish. And it's an action selection game, sort of like a worker placement game. The story is that the pharaoh has died, and his funeral barge is moving along the River Nile, and we are governors of competing towns/regions, and we are competing to see who will be the next pharaoh. And the person with the most prestige or points at the end of the game will be crowned the new pharaoh. So the next time we play, that means that person died.
So we're building monuments along the way?
Yes. So we're building monuments to the currently dead pharaoh that is floating along the river. And building those monuments is what gets us all these prestige points. So that's what's going on.
It's either a very slow boat or our construction standards are a little lax.
It's a pretty slow boat. Also, what is on the side of this box? Gross. Okay.
I kind of want to put one of those little timer counters in the corner of the stream that's time until the first denial joke is made.
I think you just made it. I think it's just...
Is it reset?
I feel like you're done. You made the joke. There can be no more.
I think you're not fully appreciating the fact that more of these jokes might happen.
I might be in denial that they might be happening. I got him! Alright, John is not here this evening. So he will not be joining us. But we're going to be doing setup on camera, and I want to show off this insert, because the insert is so cool. Oh, that's the wrong camera. There we go. So the insert of this box is beautiful. So, ooh, just works perfectly. There are player shields, and then it comes with a bunch of bags, and it's also designed such that you can put each player's bits in here. So there's these monuments, and you can put the monuments in, you can put the pylons in, you can put the sphinxes in, and then you can put the workers in. But we store our games vertically, and so that's a bad idea for us to use this insert, because unless we'd saved the punch boards, which we didn't, because we flew home with this game from Origins, there's just going to be too much room in the box for how we store, so we do bags. But I also want to show out, there's still plenty of room in the box for the bags, which I think is great. I really like when they provide an option where they, provided all of these bags for us to use if we wanted, and then there is still a nice insert if we want to use the insert as it was designed. Plan P Games did something similar with theirs, but there you go. So each player is going to get a player screen, and there's colors on the player screens, which is pretty cool. I get to be orange. Orange is my favorite color. Not a lot of games have orange. Kairos, do you want to be your blue?
Ooh,
your standard
I would love
blue?
to be my blue. Some of these are painted. Well, I'll show.
Yes, some of these minis are painted, and some of these aren't. And I this is the funeral barge. Oh, I can get it. There we go. This is the funeral barge. It's very nice. It's very colorful. So we're going to put that on the river. Then there is the Pharaoh's bag. So this is the bag that we put all of the workers in. So it's screen printed. It's very nice. This game was Kickstarted, and I believe some of these upgrades were from Kickstarter. And then this is the, I believe this is the Regent token. So it comes with a little stand. We are just playing the 2-player game. I just want to say again, this game is for 2 to 5 players. We're just playing 2-player, which means we're going to be putting in all of the modifications for that. So,
which probably means pieces of another player color.
I think we actually need pieces of 2 other players' colors, if we're going to be honest. These are markers for the regents. So these ones you're just going to put over here alongside the table, and those will be used to block bonus spots at the end of each round. The game is played over 4 rounds, and every round we're just going to keep taking actions until we both pass, and then once we have both passed, that will be the end of the round. Helpful, that. No, we have not played this copy. Have we played this game at all? No, we haven't. We learned how to play this game by watching John Gets Played's fantastic playthrough.
Gets games.
John's Gets Games. John Gets Played is a whole nother...
It's like where people play jokes on him on the street. It's like one of those...
We could do that at Essen. We could make it a thing.
Hashtag John Gets Played.
John Gets Played. Then there's 2 decks of cards. The city deck of cards has the city on the background. You're going to shuffle those, and I'll do that in a minute. Then there's these boon cards, and these are player color specific. So you're going to sort these, if you haven't already, into the player colors.
I want boon.
Yes, I think, there we go. Then the other ones can go back in the box. So we each have the same starting, like, hand of boon cards.
Yellow or orange? Orange. Right?
I'm orange. Let's not put yellow on the board at all, because that will just confuse us. Then there are wooden meeples that represent the resources. So we're going to... These resources are limited, and so we're going to make a limited supply of these resources up at the top, and we're going to do 15 of each. So 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2. There's a handy dandy chart in the rulebook when you're doing setup that shows how many resources you need for the player count, and they also show how many workers you need. And there are different types of workers. The workers, their colors match the colors of the resources in the game. So there's a red worker, a tan worker, and a gray worker. And that is for the brick, grain, and stone.
Do they all go into the bag?
No, they do not. For a 2-player game, we are only going to have 3 of each type and then 1 master. The master worker for each type is the one that is painted.
So 4 total?
Well, yeah, we just have to make sure. Yeah, so you can see the painted ones. These are the master laborers of each type. And then the other ones, these are the normal laborers. And they're all going to go in this Pharaoh bag. We're going to mix them up. All right. So, what we're going to do is, for the 3-player game, there's, here we go. So there's little symbols of Ankh, and you're going to put monuments blocking all of the spaces that have that symbol if you're playing a 3-player game. And if you're playing a 2-player game, you put monuments on all of the spots. I'm putting a camel out there. No one can stop me. That camel guards that clay pit. It's a vicious camel. So you put all of the player pieces out to block the ones that have Ankh symbols, and if you're playing a 2-player game, you block all of the ones that have the scarab beetle symbol.
Does the color matter?
No. I just decided for the 2-player I would put the purple. What?
That one has an Ankh.
Where?
Right there.
Oh, yes, yes. It's important that it's there on top of the thing. I think that's it.
That one.
Oh, that city. Also, that monument's upside down. Okay.
Hey, the instructions were unclear.
Do we want to put those places in bags? Awesome. Awesome. Awesome blossom.
Awesome blossom possum.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that a TV show? Blossom? Yeah.
Blossom, yeah, Blossom was totally a TV show.
Mid-90s?
Oh, I don't know. Okay, and then each player has a plethora of little symbols. So they have 2 of these large monuments, which look like H's. Then they have 4 of these pylons, which look like the Washington D.C. monument. They look like that. And
the
then
Washington Monument.
That one, yeah. And then they have 4 sphinx. Sphinx. So each player is going to put their 4 things.
Sorry,
3 sphinx, 4 pylons.
I was like, oh.
2 monuments. My bad. And then everybody has a camel. I love the camels. And then everyone has a throne. This is your victory score point. So they're just going to hang out over here to start. And then you have like a regent. This is the withdrawal tokens. This one you're just going to hang on to. Burp, 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 burp. So I'll just put mine so they're just in frame.
And then I'll put mine so they're
just along the bottom. So you can see what I've used and haven't used. There we go. And then there's a player shield. Everybody's going to have their player shield in front of them. The player shield, you want to keep your resources, your cards, and your workers kind of secret. So that's what the player shield's for. And then I'm going to shuffle this deck of cards. And then we're going to draw starting resources and labors.
Those are our boons.
Those are your boons.
Boom.
Boo, boo, boo. Mad Bona it now says that she is obsessed with Netter's Gold. Hey, David. Yeah, the Nutter's Bowls are pretty awesome. Sphinx meeples for the win. I like all the meeples in this game.
Yeah, no, they are nice.
They're pretty nice.
The like single color painting like really works for the art style of the game. Like
the silk screen, yeah.
Yeah, the bit where it's just a single color.
All right, so this game is super straightforward.
Did you say it's like a linear progression?
No. Okay, can you please give everyone 2 bricks, 2 stone, and 2 green?
So I give myself 2 bricks, 2 stone, and 2 grain. Got it.
And me, please.
Behind my fears?
Yes. And then you and I both get a single city card, which is also going to go behind your shield. And we'll just put the city down.
Alright, 1 for you.
Over there, I guess.
1 for you. 1 for me.
Thank you. Alright. You ready to start? Wow. This is super straightforward.
Yeah, the impression I got from watching the playthrough is that those city cards are going to be pretty important.
Yes. So John Gets Games did a fantastic playthrough. If you don't want to learn from us, that's fine. Rado also did a playthrough. Yeah. We also read the rulebook. The rulebook's really straightforward and easy. It looks a little big when you first open it up, but then you realize it's got big size font and then large graphics with the examples. So it's not awful. It's just thorough. So yeah, the FAQ in the back is pretty good. And then there's a round reminder at the bottom. So yeah, there you go. We are the champions.
My friends.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll keep on sailing.
To the end. Okay, so in a 2-player game, we're going to draw 3 workers out. Oh, we should figure out who goes first.
Whoever drops the blue maple goes first.
So I go first. I'm the regent. You will do as I say. Okay, so I'm gonna draw 3 laborers first for me. Oh, ooh, ah. All right, now Steve gets 3 laborers, and he's gonna put them behind the shield.
So I look inside the bag and take whatever I want, but then
No.
because it's behind the shield, you don't see.
No, that's not actually how that works.
Just check that.
Mm-hmm. One other cool thing I noticed is they use icons a lot in the rulebook and on the cards, and there's like a key for all of the icons down here at the bottom. So that's pretty cool.
Is there a thing where someone gets to look in the bag?
There is! So if you've drawn your 3...
Yep.
I actually don't get to look in the bag yet. I'm going to draw out however many laborers and put them in the market so that there is only 2 left in the bag. And I know, because we're in a 2-player game and I read the rulebook, I draw out 4 laborers to leave 2 in the bag. Ooh, the Master Stoneworker's in there. And then there's a card that you can play that lets you look in the bag, but one of us would have to play the card. So
Technically, in a 2-player game, because you've seen the bag, you've seen that and that. If you card counted, you would know what I have.
But I haven't seen what's in the bag.
Oh,
right. The regent. I may look in the bag. That's right. So I can.
So you get perfect.
That's right.
You get perfect knowledge in a 2-player game.
Okay. Okay. All right. So now what's gonna happen is we take turns, just doing round robin, selecting actions, and there are several actions that you can do on your turn. You can only do 1, but you have a lot of options. So the first thing is you can place one of the laborers. You have to place the laborer on a location type that matches their color, their specialty, and you must place them, you can only place them in a location that is in the same area that the barge is in, or is behind the barge. So we're in the first section, so we can't place past this like rapid segment. When you place a worker, so each spot has like 2 fields. So this is 2 fields, this is 2 fields. This would be 2 fields. If you were the first person to place the worker there, you place them in the middle and you gain the benefits from both fields. If one of the fields is blocking, like in this situation, you only get the one that's open. The reason being that we're going to take over those fields with our own monuments throughout the game, and it will block like how these filler monuments have blocked. Okay. So the number of players, the setup restricts the number of locations. So that's one of the primary ways to do stuff. You place the worker and then you gain the resources denoted. The other thing that you can do is you can go and buy a labor. So you can go and you can pay 2 of any resource, and you can do a combination of resources to buy whatever labor you want that's over here. So that's pretty easy. That's an action. You can also go to the market. When you go to the market, you can pay the thing on the one side of the arrow and gain the other thing. And when you pay them to this market because you're blocking that space for the whole round. So there's that. The other thing on your turn that you can do is you can play a card from your hand. You can play a city card, you do what it says, and then you move on. You can also play a boon card from your hand. When you play a boon card, the boon cards are unique. You have 5 unique boon cards, and everybody has the same hand, and you can only play each of your boon cards once a round. So you can only play 1 boon card every round. And once you play a boon card, it's out of the game. But when you play a boon card, no one else can play that same card that round.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So there's that. It's boon cards. Then there is planning a monument. So when you plan a monument, that's what's down here. And so you say which of the monuments you want to build, and you put the thing on, and you're saying, I'm going to build this one, and then you pay the resources denoted. And then it is basically paid for and planned. And then on a future turn, you would spend an action to place the monument on one of the open spaces that the funeral barge is at or past. Okay, so that's planning a monument.
And that's turn as in same round, right?
Has to be on the same round unless you play a card that says otherwise.
Right.
Yep. So there's that. The only other thing that you can do, you can visit a city. So the cities, there's, it looks like in the 2-player game, yeah, there's one in every region. The cities allow you to draw city cards, and you draw 2 cards and you keep 1. In a 3+ player game, you pick an opponent to give the city card you don't want to. And you can haggle and barter for them. So they basically can bid, your opponents can all bid on what they're going to give you to get that card. So that's kind of an interesting one. In a 2-player game, you get to keep 1 card, and then the card you don't want, you can discard for a grain, or your opponent can barter and try and like buy it from you. So there's that.
Oh, and there's discard for a grain. Okay.
Yeah. So you always have an option in 2-player. And then the only other thing for, like, actions that you can do on a turn is you can do the caravan. So the caravan is just whatever. So it's not limited by where the barge is. And in a 2-player game, and a 3-player game, there's only 1 caravan spot. In the caravan, if you're the first person to go there, you put your laborer there with your camel to say, like, you're leading the caravan. Whoops. And you pick which type of goods you want. And then you gain those goods. And then if somebody decides to go to the caravan in a future turn, this round, they have to pay you one of the resources they would gain. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
From that other half.
Yeah. I need to keep the feed muted, so can you pantomime? We can try and do our best, but not that great. You can have the chat ask you for help. So that's the primary actions. So hello, Levi.
Also, it'll be up on YouTube later.
It'll be on YouTube later, yeah. Okay, so the only other thing is on your turn you can withdraw. You may not withdraw if you have a monument planned but not built. And the withdrawal is this section. The first person to withdraw gets to put their withdrawal token on the spot that they want, and they gain those resources immediately. They can't take any more actions that turn, but they can take place in bartering. And then at the end of the round during cleanup, they get their token back, and we put one of these fillers on it, and now that spot is blocked for the whole rest of the game. So no one else can withdraw and take that bonus at the end of a round. So yeah, so that's an interesting twist. Another interesting twist that I haven't mentioned yet is you can barter and trade at any point in this game if it's your turn. So if I decide that I really want a grain worker, I can be like, Steve, I will trade you a brick worker for a grain worker. And Steve could say no or yes, or we can go. And that, I'm pretty interested to see how this plays out in a 2-player game. But there's that.
Yeah.
The only other thing I haven't touched on is these are the, like, master laborers, the ones that are painted. You can put them ahead of the barge. That's the only thing that they're unique for. There's one for each type in the game. And yeah, there you go. So on that delightful note, I'm going to take an action. Because
I'm going to sail the boat up to the line.
But I don't want it at the line. I want it in the... Oh! I know what you have! Ha 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 ha. There you go. You can do the barge like that. It looks a little cuter.
Also, maybe capsize. Sorry, Pharaoh.
He's dead anyway. It's fine. On that delightful note, I'm going to figure out what I want to do on my turn. It should be noted that actions, you gain... the monuments are restricted into where you can build them, and that's denoted on the bottom of the board. But you gain 7 points for building the big monuments, 4 points for building the pylons. Or no, sorry, 4 points for building the Sphinx, and 2 points for building the pylons.
I do like the camel monument.
The camel monument's the best monument. All hail the camels. We did set the resources for 2 players. There's 15 of each.
Scarcity is important.
Everything.
Like in real life.
The resources are limited in this game. And now that Levi's watching, I'm nervous. Okay.
That's okay. Mm-hmm. I have my shirt on.
You've already tried to cheat once, but you didn't even try to, like, be cute about it. I'm gonna send my...
I mean, how did I try
brick...
to cheat?
You tried to give me less resources.
Oh, yeah, but I wasn't cute about it.
I'm gonna go and send my brick worker to there to get 4 brick. And now it's Kyrus's turn. No, Levi, stay! Do you get to be the obelisks in this game? That's once you become Pharaoh, you can become one with the obelisks and travel through space.
Stone. 4 stone. I don't know how clear it is on the video, but the lines between segments are both artistic, but they show up really well in person. So they should also be clear on the video, but
a little bit. There's some color differentiation. Are you done? That's your turn.
Yeah.
You're done.
I took 4 stone.
I'm gonna go. This is interesting. I'm gonna go and pay 2 brick because I am a brick house. No, I don't want to do that. Yes, I want to do that. I want to do
a brick outhouse, as they say.
Do I want to do that? Yeah, I'll do that. I'm gonna pay this 2 brick to here, and it's gonna stay here because it's been spent. To grab this master stone laborer because it's a deal. It's a deal. It's your turn. You also are covered in dog hair.
Yeah, I don't know how that happens. I'm gonna pay 2 grain. To get
a brick worker.
Okay. They will get me Kit Kats.
I'm going to send the master stone laborer to here to get 4 stone. And you can't hold on to workers between rounds, so it's one of those things where it's like use it or lose it. Though maybe, maybe you have something better to do with that worker. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Getting shortchanged for brick.
2 brick.
2 brick. A dose of a brick.
A double dose.
It's not doubled so much as just a dose of brick. I am going to plan a monument. First blood. Here we go.
First blood.
Oh, do I actually want to do that?
Multi-monument.
Never mind. I'm gonna go here. I had the master brickworker the whole time, and I will send him to collect for me 4 more brick. Oh yeah.
What was it that Levi said? Scarcity is important.
Scarcity is important. There's 1 brick left.
Yeah, but you know what?
I do know what, and I met who yesterday.
I have been slain.
You sighed really loudly. Are you feeling okay? Ah, you got 5 grain.
Yeah. You know, Stonemeyer Games is actually making a new game off of my exasperated exhalation just now.
Is it called My Little Sigh?
Yeah.
I win.
You are on point tonight.
I'm on something, and that something is original New York seltzer.
Is it my turn?
No, it's mine. That worker is useless to me. Oh, worker. You are so useless.
You're sounding more and more like a capitalist every day. Have you considered firing them? You need to send a worker with a camel to go to market?
Need to send a worker, yes. Which is what I could do with that worker that I called useless. Thank you for reminding me. I'm gonna send this worker with the camel. Take my camel will go market with me. Okay, I did it. And I'm gonna go to here because the other one doesn't have enough. So I get 1 green, and I get 2 stone. 2 stone.
You know. The intensity of the hatred that I feel for you.
I would say I could feel it radiating off you, but the heat in Portland is such that I can't discern the difference anymore. It's in the 90s again. It's not meant to be this hot in Portland. It's not meant to be that hot.
Time to watch some Power Rangers.
I'm not following, but it's your turn.
It's the 90s.
Because I took my... Oh... I took my camel.
Well, I gave you the idea to do the thing that I actually
You
was
can
going
still
to do.
go there.
No, but I can't get 2 stone.
No, you can't. Nor could you get 3 brick. But you would get 1 brick and 2 green. Wouldn't that be great?
So, go over monument planning. Do I need any resources other than... Do I need anything other than the resources that it costs to plan the monument?
When you build the monument, it needs to go on an available space. So we can, like, shove workers, but, like, these spaces that have monuments are out. And it needs to be from the barge back.
And we don't keep resources? No.
Oh, resources you keep between turns, yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Don't forget, you can also send a worker to the city to draw 2 cards.
Or I can just take the rest of the green.
You could take the rest of the green. Oh, we had the Grandmaster! What?
I am the Grandmaster. Grandmaster Flash.
So, just to clarify... Oh, good night, Madbona.
Good night, Madbona.
Just to clarify, Levi, if I wanted to place a monument, could I shove this worker out and place it here, or is because the worker there, it's off and I have to play a card? Because I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. You can also, when you play a card, you can play for the text, or you can play on for the benefits. The grains, I should say. Or the goods. I'm going to plan a monument still. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Oh, man, I keep flip-flopping on which one I want to do, though. I feel like that's the problem.
Levi says, you cannot shove. It hath been proclaimed.
But I am a governor.
Levi may be a deity in the context of this game.
Yes, this is very true. Okay, I'm going to...
Here's a nice attention to detail. The fact that these meeples, where it's very important to see if they're painted. Painted on both sides.
It's very smart. It's very smart.
It's
I'm gonna plan. I'm actually gonna plan. I'm gonna plan this one. And I'm gonna play... I'm gonna pay that much of stone. And 4 brick and 2 green. So I've replenished the market. Well, that green's out of the game forever.
What was it about to do? If they fall off the table, they're gone.
They're gone.
We actually just have to light it on fire.
Pests have come, and yeah. So I've built this monument, so nobody can build this one until it's placed. There you go. Kairos, your turn.
The market actions, can you take them as many times as you want?
Yeah.
Just once?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh. And do you have to send someone to the market? Do you have to send a worker to the market when you go?
No.
You just do it?
You just do it. You send yourself to the market. When Xena was a puppy, she would come and grab them and be interested, but now both the dogs know that board game beds are not worth it.
2 of these for
okay.
a brickster.
The bricksters are tricksters.
So right here.
I'm going to play Basset. So I'm playing my Basset boon card. So I get to take 1 worker from the bag of my choice. And I will take this one. And Steve will never know what it was.
You will take 1 worker from the bag of your choice?
Mm-hmm.
So it could be some other bag.
Yeah, from the bag of my choice. Yes.
I am going to go and do a care.
So you actually don't do the camel? The camel's for only if you're the first.
For a leader.
So what you going to give me? You got to give me one of the goods.
So one of the ones that I pick up?
Yes.
So I will give you...
There's a grain of truth in that kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I get to take another turn. Another turn. Wait, why did I take that worker? Oh yeah, because I'm going to the city. In the city. Wait, that's a bad idea. Why did I take this worker? I've made a grave mistake. It's fine. Alright, well this worker's gonna be lost. Because there's
You can't just drown the workers you don't like. There's labor laws that prevent that.
Not here, there isn't. So,
Leeway said, Leeway says, yeah, converting goods at the market is an action. I just thought it was...
It doesn't use one of your laborers.
I thought it used a laborer. Yeah.
I'm gonna build this monument at this city.
Hey, heroic logic.
So I'm not screwed. Yo, it's Hentaro! Okay. So by building it there, I get 7 points. And it's the first one built in that area, so I get a bonus 2 points. So I get a 9 points. Worshk.
So the bonus. My turn?
Yep. I just like that the chair is moving. Like, it's like those staircase chairs.
I'm going to pay 3 grain and get a brick and a stone.
There's a brick house. Well, I have but one life to live.
To give.
Yeah. And this worker is now useless to me.
Tell me how you really feel.
What's this? I will withdraw, and I will withdraw first. And I...
Oh...
What?
Snap.
You snapsy lapsies. I could get a bunch of stone.
That can only be built on a 3. That's a 3 or a 2.
Yes.
A 2.
Or the city.
Yeah,
and that's why I built it on the city. I was going to send the worker to the city, and then I was like, oh, it would be blocked.
Yeah.
I'm going to collect...
I am in trouble.
3 stone. Well, just don't build a monument this round. Resources persist.
It's true.
It's true.
It's true.
I mean, do you want to barter? I have a stoneworker. Do you want the stoneworker from early notice?
No, I want a spot to build a monument.
You could build here. It's the only spot available.
But not that monument.
No, but you could build a sphinx or a pylon.
That I could. Is the 2 points for the first monument or the first monument of that type?
First monument of that type in that section of the valley.
Oh, okay.
So it's 2 points for this one, 2 points for this one, and it's only 1 point bonus for that one.
Oh, so I would get 6 points if I placed...
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Actually, I get points because it's orange. So whenever you do anything in the game, I get the points. Excuse me. But don't forget, you can play a boon card, love. Remember, you can only play one a turn. There is a boon card that allows you to play where there's a laborer on the field. The boon card, that's the one I was thinking about, that lets you shove. So this one lets you shove.
Yeah, I think I will do that one then.
But hang on, remember, you won't get bonuses for playing this one anymore. So you would get 7 points, you wouldn't get another 2.
Then, slowest turn ever. I will do this one. So 4 stone.
He's a kitty.
4 brick. Do I want to do that one? No. I want to do this one.
5 stone.
So 5 stone.
2 brick.
And 2 brick.
2 green. Alright, Levi. We'll see you here. Matthew!
Yeah, no rush.
The game just began, or question mark. We are on the first of 4 rounds, yes. I have already withdrawn, though. So, it's cooking along. Just waiting on Kairos to do stuff.
Oh, it's you already withdrawn, so I can do stuff. So then I will place my monument.
Yep, there you go.
Then I get a 6 points. And then I think I should probably be done.
Yep, probably. I mean, it's up to you. Did you want to play a boon card? Workers don't persist. And remember, you can only play max 1 boon card a round. So if you don't play one of them on a round, it's kind of a wash. Hero Logic's having a hard time keeping track of what they own. Thought they no longer owned hero artifacts, but they do. Steve and I reached that point, and then we built the shelves that we built, and it's a little easier. But we do sometimes have arguments over which expansions.
I'm going to do 2 green for 1 stone.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think I should be done.
Okay. Alright, if you're sure. Okay, so all of the so this goes here, so this can no longer be used. What?
Can I use my city card?
Yes. Your city card?
Yeah.
Sure. Just hurry up and do it.
Okay.
And your time passed. What are you doing? Come on.
I'm planning a monument.
Okay.
So that's 2 stone, 2 brick, and 2 grain.
Mm-hmm.
Learning round. And then, sculptor. Build my planned thingy on the same location as another thingy.
That's great.
And I can do neutral player.
Yes, you could.
So we're going to do which gets me 3 points, right?
Yep, because it's the first of the type in the region. Oh no, you're tearing into my chair.
Unless those mean that they're permanently blocked off forever, but I imagine I can still break. That rule.
I'm not sure. Okay, my camel comes back to me, and then all of the workers come back and they go back into the bag. and they're back in the bag. And then all of the resources on the board go back into the supply. Any other resources? No other resources. And then the funeral barge goes down the river. So now when we place workers, we can place in this region or this region. And same for building monuments. We can either build monuments in this region or back. And the dividing line for the monuments for the region is right there. And whoever passed first becomes the regent. That was me. So I am still the regent, which means I'm still the first player. And I will do my duty of starting the drawing of the laborers.
So what's interesting
Ooh, okay.
is
Not what I wanted.
yeah, that would be a question for me. I assume because
Free
cards let
workers.
you break the things that I can do what I did.
What?
That I could place something on something occupied because in the setup it says you place them to occupy,
Yes.
and then yeah.
But you can't. Well, but there's several. Your boon cards, a couple of them let you do stuff that's
Yeah.
occupied as well. So, okay. So then I'm going to place all but 2 of the workers out into the market. Oh, wow. All of the stone workers, except for the master stone worker, are just in the market.
Wow.
It's awkward.
Super awkward.
I got to see what was in the bag.
Is it exciting?
It's alarming. It's what it is, actually. I am upset at all of the potential options. But I'm gonna send this green worker here
What? That was a surprise.
to collect 5 green.
Color me surprised.
I don't know what the color surprise would be, but I've got like the Crayola color set of 500, so
Probably the color of like the giant oh no exclamation
we
point.
could figure it out.
Whatever that is. The color of surprise sounds like a young adult novel they make you read in maybe middle school. Brick. 4 brick.
House. How much brick is left? Just 3 brick left.
Oh no.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to spend 2 of my green, because I'm getting a migraine. Not really. To go here to buy a stone laborer. Oh, I forgot to mention, at the end of the game, for every set of 3 monuments that you have in a region, like in a row, you get, for every 3 monuments that you have, like, adjacent in a region, you get 2 points. Or just adjacent, rather. And then, for every 4 monuments that you have in a specific region, you get 3 points.
Your
Bonus
turn.
points.
I got a laborer.
I'm gonna go here and collect 4 stone.
Hark! I shall go here with my stone laborer and collect 4 stone.
Okay, I'm going to... will be the best around. Nothing's gonna ever get me down. I will send this brick worker to here. And I will be a little shortchanged, but it's fine.
I'm...
Oh no! Oh no! Oh.
Not gonna do that. I'm gonna send Master Brickworker there to get the last 3 stone.
That's a stone worker. He takes offense that you call him a
They're all the same. They're just cogs in my capitalist machine.
Feels like you don't respect him.
No, I would have taken 4, but because there were only 3 left, I only got 3.
Yep.
Correct.
Yep. That's how that works.
Wasn't that the one dinosaur
Don't
in
you
Land
twerk.
Before Time that was?
I'm gonna
it was
send-
like yep, the little tiny one.
Yep.
That's what I thought.
I'm going to plan a monument, and the monument that I plan will be oof.
That means egg in French. Oof.
Oof is egg in
Oof.
French.
OUEF. Oof.
Come watch Tiffany and Steve play games and learn.
Onomatopoeia is in other languages.
Yeah, just random facts. I'm gonna plan a sphinx. I'm gonna plan that one for 4 stone, 4 brick, and 2 grain.
I am going to send 2 bricks here to the market, which will get me 2 grain.
Brick house. And then I'm going to.
I was dumb.
Too late.
It's fine.
Can I do it?
It's fine.
Can I do
I
it?
already got my
It's
one
too
undo.
late. It's too late. I'm going to play. I'm gonna play Iris. So I get to build a monument on one section of a terrain space occupied by only a worker. So I'm going to shove this worker out of the way, and I'm going to build the sphinx that I planned right there. And I only get 4 points for it. 1, 2, 3, 4. But it's adjacent to another monument that I have, so I'm setting myself up for failure. I'm actually setting myself up for failure. I'm gonna do that.
So one thing, it's interesting, if it's occupied by thing, I guess that would mean if there was a single worker and it's like a single half spot. We don't have any on the board, but you would still get to do that.
Yes, you would. Yep.
I'm also going to plan a monument for 8 stone, 4 brick, and 2 grain.
Hero Logic. I store my small games. We bought CD/DVD bookcases from IKEA, and that's what we put all our small games in.
They are awesome for that.
Makes it really easy to see all the games. So, yep. Great. All right. I can't play any more boon cards. Boon. I'm going to play. I'm going to plan another monument. And I'm going to plan this obelisk for 2 of each type.
I'm gonna build the monument.
Build your monument.
Boom.
Yep, saw that coming.
Yep.
So you get 9 points.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I may have telegraphed that too strongly.
I will also build a monument, and I'm gonna build it right here. And it's the first obelisk in the region. So I get an extra bonus point, so I get 3 points.
I like how we're just destroying.
Like grain? Yeah, fields. It's
Yeah,
great.
we're just like.
It's great. Steve has not read the rules to DJ Iwo Jima yet, no.
I've read half?
It's your turn now. Senor Kairis.
I'm in a little bit of a difficulty. I'm gonna go to the caravanserai. And I'm gonna get 2 stone.
It's gone forever.
Yep.
Okay, well, you're collecting that. You get 2 stone and a grain. I will send a worker to,
There it is.
I will also send a worker to the thingy,
Timed that well.
and you will get a grain. Good job.
Oh.
And then I get 3.
How sweet of you. It's nice when you're agreeing with me. When we're in agreement.
It's your turn. Oh, snapsies. So you get the 4 brick now. So you're even 4 brick.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I just made a monument.
Okay. I will plan a monument.
What?
I'm gonna plan this monument. Oh, you did that! For all of these resources. And then...
Oh, we should have used...
Seeing as Steve is done, and he forgot to use a card again. I'm going to build the monument.
Don't save your cards, folks. When you're like, oh, I'll save a card. Don't do it. Don't save a card.
Don't save a card. And so I get just 2 points. I like that we're chair racing. And then I guess we keep blocking all of our cities. That's stupid. There's one thing I can do with the resources and whatever I have, and that's to play this card. And I feel like I'm gonna hold on to it because I feel like it might be valuable. So then
Dude,
I will be
city
done.
Cards are powerful.
I will be done, which means you will be the regent next round. And that spot's taken. And then all of our goods go back to the market. You get to throw all of the workers back into the bag.
Capitalism! Into the labor pool. Or I guess this is the bag.
Labor bag.
The labor pool yet. Yeah, into the labor bag with you.
Awkward.
That's the first thing I do. Oh. Goodbye, Pharaoh.
So now you draw your 3 first.
Okay. And then 4 into the labor pool.
4 into the labor pool.
And then because I'm the regent, I get to look in the bag.
You do get to look in the bag. You do get to look in the bag. We've been giving each other the wrong amount of points. I was wondering about that. We actually don't gain bonus points for building the thing first. So you're going to lose 3 points. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to lose 2 points. 3 points. So that's fine. It's if you build all of your types, all the monuments of your type, then you get those points. I was mistaken. I am sorry.
Wow.
Yeah, I was pretty... Yep.
Wow. Yep.
Pavlov's house. Don't know what that is.
Oh,
right.
That is probably an early war Eastern Front World War II game.
You may go
Or
first.
it's about training dogs.
That's what I thought, because honestly.
And I go first because
Yeah.
I'm awesome.
Well, you're something. Also, we haven't bartered at all in this game.
There's no need to barter when you're this good.
I'm gonna send the stoneworker here. 4.
I'm gonna send this master stoneworker there.
Oh, snapsies!
I'm gonna send this farmer field labor.
I'm gonna plan a monument.
There's a lot of weight when you. Yeah.
Actually, yeah, hold on.
Are you gonna pay
Oh!
all those resources?
Well,
Yeah, maybe
now that you mention it,
play that. Yeah.
it's 4 brick, 2 green, and 8 stone.
Mm-hmm.
I like to pay for my groceries in pennies. My coworkers were having a discussion the other day, jokingly, because a customer was like, I wish there was a physical branch of your bank to put change in. And one of my coworkers was like, oh, I just dump it all into Coinstar. And the other was like, oh, I just pay for my groceries in pennies because I'm that person. And I'm like, yeah, it's more fun because you can't inconvenience the robot. Like, you can't inconvenience the Coinstar by, like, putting in coins one at a time, but you can totally, like, inconvenience everybody in line.
You mean be like, you can just be an ass. That's what that is.
Yeah.
You can just be an ass. Alright, it's your turn.
But, like, it's a good point. Like, you can't really inconvenience a robot. You can only inconvenience people. Like, it's interesting.
Okay, it's interesting that it's your turn. And you haven't gone yet.
I think I'm gonna elevate that and
It's not a rocket. It's not a rocket. We like can't draw city cards at all. I guess you could send a master laborer ahead to a city.
yeah.
And
And then so I get
you get 7
9
points.
points.
Yeah, oh yes. Now you get 9 points, yes. Good job. I am going to send this brick house labor to there to get 4 brick. 4 brick, 4 brick, 4 brick. Kyers, it's your turn.
It is my turn. I'm gonna take one of. I'm using a boon. Going to Bastet. Take one of my choice from the drawback.
Alright, so while you are doing that, I'm going to send this stoneworker to the market. And he is going to get 2 grain and 3 to the caravan. That.
Didn't he have like a children's breakfast cereal line?
No, it's your turn.
Must be thinking of 2 grains.
Oh, I hate you so much. Also, I just realized I didn't have to do that, but it's fine.
Master brickworker is getting me 4 brick.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna play this city card. No, I'm not. Then I'm gonna plan a monument. Ooh. Yeah. I'll plan a monument. I'm gonna plan this obelisk for 2 grain, 2 brick. Jordan.
I think we're going to the market.
What shall you give me today?
I have to think about what I'm going to give you.
I know it's really hard for you.
It's a challenge. It's quite a challenge. I am going to give you a brick.
You can't give me a brick. I went to the brick place. Sorry, this should be down here. Do you want to undo your move?
Oh.
Sorry, I got brick and grain.
Oh. That's magic.
Sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. I'll just.
Do you want that back? You're good. You good?
Yes.
Yes. Alright, I'm going to play this card now. I get to plan a monument on a blocked planning cartouche and pay 1 less grain than normally required.
Wow.
So I can plan where I've already built and pay 1 less grain. Woot, woot, woot. Wow. But, that grain, man. Let's discard it. And you played that one, so I can't play that one this round.
I might be regent next round.
Oh wow, you've already withdrawn. Okay. Okay. I'm going to build this obelisk here. So now I have 3 in a row, which is fantastic. And I have 4 in a region, which is even better. And
Wait, why is that better?
Because I get 5 points for that region.
Oh, really?
At the end of the game.
If you have 4 in a region?
Yeah, I said that. If you have 4 in a region, you get 3 points. If you have 3 in a row, you get 2 points. It's right here on your chili.
Oh, I wasn't looking at that side.
Yeah.
Oh, you're trying to get them in a row?
Well, only for the bonus points.
Oh, but they don't have to be in the same region to be in a row.
Yeah. I'm gonna move. I'm gonna go ahead and play Horus to move 1 laborer from the map to the labor pool, then take another action. I'm gonna move this laborer to the labor pool.
Nice.
And my other action is gonna build that monument. What? And I've built all my obelisks! So I got 2 points for the obelisks and 1 point because I've built all of my obelisks.
You're in a state of obelisks?
Something like that. Did you get your 10 of grain for passing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Literal 10.
Just physical ton. Cool. I'm gonna pay 2 grain to here to get a stone.
Oh, that's awesome. Kabuki says when they worked to register, they had a bunch of paper coin rolls under the counter for when someone showed up with mountains of change. So if they wanted to pay with a bunch of change, they made them roll them up.
That's very smart. Here Logic wants to know, anyone has strong feelings about Spiel winners? I expected Azul to win. Dragon Breath is fantastic. Oh, I need to make that video alive. Did they announce the critter or whatever? Did they announce the
Crit price?
the fancy brain one?
The enthusiast game?
Yeah, I don't know if they announced that. I'm gonna be done.
You're gonna be done?
I'm gonna be done.
Okay, whatever, goodbye. Oh, sorry.
So, you're the regent again.
That's so weird.
You get to put everybody back into the secret hell that is the labor bag.
I mean, it's not much of a secret anymore, is it? I mean, they probably have.
They've been
Facebook.
there. They have a lot of and yeah, they've talked about it. They go back in every round, and the boat goes, and this is the last round.
Oh wow, it's about to go under that bridge there.
Yeah. Quacksalber one. For Kennerspiel. I didn't know that. I haven't played that one.
You know, it's really weird. I just keep drawing the same 3 out of the bag. Like.
Do you mean round. Recommended games? No. The recommended ones are like the nominees, right? I meant the Kennerspiel. So there's the Kinder, there's Kenner, and then there's the main like family one. Yeah,
the Spiel, Kinderspiel, and
Kritkerpreis. Kritkerpreis, and the Kinderspiel. Oh. So Azul won the Kritkerpreis, Dragon's Breath won the Kinder, and then I guess Quacksalber Sabler won the Kinderspiel.
Really?
Apparently, haven't been tried it. Okay, Misère Vigente. You go first. Oui, oui. Is what you would say if you were a pig going home. You would say oui, oui.
Just the whole way, all the way.
So I'm doing a D&D summer camp with some kiddos, and they're all like middle school or younger, and I do voices for the characters. Oh, so the bank. So they had to go to a bank today to get into a vault. And they had like the rights to get into the vault, but the like bank manager is really snooty and a little specious, and none of them are dwarfs, so he's like mean to them. But I decided to call him the dwarf in the chainmail tie, because there's like he's wearing a suit, like a dwarven suit, and one of the kids was like, "You mean like a chainmail suit?" And I was like, "But like it's chainmail, but like in the form of like a business suit, even with the tie." And so I called him the dwarf with the chainmail tie, like the entire time they were interacting with him. And the one kid was like, "That sounds like a character, like the main character of like a novel or something." And the one kiddo at the end of the thing, when we were wrapping up, the dwarf with the chainmail tie had a voice. He was very proper. He was very proper, and he was very alarmed by their attitude. And the kids, like, loved it. The one kid was like, he just makes me so happy. I was like, okay. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, so you mean for the honorable mentions for 5-minute dungeon face card sanctuary. Oh, okay. I love Majesty for the Realm. Yes.
I heard good stuff about 5-minute dungeon, I think. Did you go?
I did not. I was sharing my funny story about my kids. They bring me joy to play with them. They're a lot of fun. Even though the thief was having a lot of fun getting away with stealing stuff today. He stole a cake and then he stole a bunch of like gems and gold from people.
Wow.
Yeah, he's having a lot of fun with the fact that his sleight of hand bonus is +5.
So interesting. The masters aren't really useful last round.
No, they're not. They're just kind of normal. Oh yes, must go here.
Thanks.
Go here.
My turn?
It is your turn, yes.
I'm gonna plant a monument.
You be playing
I'm gonna
monument.
plant a monument.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do 3 stone.
We should be
3
blocking
stone.
these. In a 2-player game, we're supposed to block these
Oh.
with a dummy, or like a thingy so that nobody could buy immediately off the one that you just built. But we didn't, so.
Nobody could buy.
So like you built this one, so I couldn't build this one immediately after.
Oh, can you normally do that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, like when it's gone, I could not. In a
Got
2-player
it.
game, there's
Okay,
like a
I
thing
think
that blocks the most recent.
We haven't done that. So, okay, so that's 2 and then 6 brick.
Oh, you're fine, Matthew.
Okay.
Well, that card's completely useless now.
We could use something. Or just remember.
We're good.
Are we though?
I mean, it's arguable.
I'm gonna plan another monument.
You would plan another
2
monument.
grain, 5 stone, 2 brick.
I mean, it's not. Damn it. Great. Well, it's great. It's great. And by great, I mean it's awful. I will build I will plan to build that monument.
Okay, I'm gonna build a monument.
I will hurt you.
It's not an action.
Oh, Pat. Ugh! So you got negative points? Ugh. We haven't bartered at all in this game. So technically, I should be able to build that one immediately after, but it's cool. It's cool. I just hate you.
Damn it, man.
Actually, I won't. You've already done it. Can I retcon that I built that?
Yeah. Wait.
No, I don't want
No.
to. Because I could, yeah. Because I could have built. I will turn in. 2 green to get the master
Nice.
clay builder.
I am going to move one of my monuments on the map to a new legal location and then take another action. So I'm going to move that there.
Okay.
And then build that monument there. Now I have 4 in a region.
You do have 4 in a region.
So those are done.
Then I can't play that Anubis card this round because you played it. And this one is
No,
useless.
then I should leave it out.
And this card is useless. So these cards are useless for me now. You're a jerk. My master brick lair is worthless now. So he's gonna go to...
Oh, should I have given myself points?
You should have... You got 4 more points. 1,
6,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go here and get 3 brick. And 2 green. Steve's a jerk. Oh my god, Steve's a jerk.
Oh!
Oh, he says. Oh.
I can go to the city.
You can go to the city. So you draw 2 cards, and then you can discard the one you don't want for a green, or I could barter for it. I don't think I want it, but you have to let me know what it is first to see if I want it. Or you don't, actually. You could just see if I want it without me knowing what it is. And to that I'd say I don't want it. I need to know what it is. Oh, summer colds are the worst. I hate summer colds.
Well, I'm going to take this one.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you this card.
I need to know what the card is. Unless you don't want me to. Just sitting here waiting. Come on. Analysis paralysis. Be done.
So this is a problem with me in barter games. I'm like, but what if?
2 players holding up, except for Steve's taking forever to decide if he's going to offer me this card. Which, to be fair, he would do if we were playing with any player count. So
And literally any game, but...
Kabuki got a new canary. Oh, I'm super unoriginal. I'd be like, oh, bright yellow? Tweety bird. Five, 4, 3.
2 brick. That'll get you 2 stone.
Also, you should know what I have.
I don't know what you have.
You give me 2 brick for, I pay 2 brick and you will give me that card.
Yeah.
And then I would gain 1, 2 stone.
Yeah.
That's an awful deal. No. I don't want to discard it and get a grade. Also, it's a barter. I get to set a price.
What do you want for it?
I don't want anything for it.
Okay.
I'm gonna put this 2 green over here to get this stoneworker.
I'm going to play the artist. Gain the benefits shown on one available regent bonus cartouche.
Cartouche.
Which could be a stone and a city card. Or it could be a point.
Five, 4, 3. Okay. I'm gonna place the stoneworker here to gain 2 stone. I don't need your simple bargaining.
And then I'm going to pass.
Okay.
Gets me another brick and another point.
I am going to be sad. But I will place this here, which gets me 4 points. And then I will build a monument. So the last one built was this one. Or best one played was this one, which means I can build this one now. So I build that one. Then on a future turn, I place it. Doesn't matter where I place it now. Okay, I'll put it here. There's a Sphinx on either side. They're just watching the boat go by.
Wow.
Just like that.
Seven Wonders of the World right there.
Yeah.
It's one of them.
It's cooler than me. Or it's cooler than yours. I think I just projected. Okay. And then I can't play any of my other cards.
Oh, don't forget your points.
I do get 4 more points. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, thank you. So I can't play any of these cards because the one I could play, Steve already played. So, sadness.
Can you play your last Sphinx? So you get 2 more points.
No, because it's the first player to play those types. So you got those bonus points.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, he says. Oh,
But it was just if you did it.
Did we give you 2 points for being the first player to play all the Sphinx?
Mm-hmm. I got 6.
Okay. So that's the game. So now we just get points based on the bonuses for the build stuff. So, I get 3 points for this over here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, no, sorry. I get 2 points because there's 3 of them in a row. And then I'll get 3 points because there's 4 of them in this region. So 1, 2, 3. And then Steve has 4 in this region. So he's going to get 3 points there. 1, 2, 3. And he doesn't have any in a row.
Mm-mm.
And I also don't have any in a row. And so that's it. That's the game.
Good game.
Yeah. I feel I'm saddened by the in-game scoring.
But just there's not a lot of movement there.
There's not a lot of movement there because you played the card that I could have played to like. It's interesting.
That is very interesting, and
and the like restrictions on the non-player character ones really tightens up the board. But the board's designed for 5 players, so it would kind of stink if there was just like a bunch of options.
I imagine it would work at other player counts too, because of the board being opened up.
Yeah, I wonder if at a higher player count if we would actually do the bartering. We're not really barter players. Like when we play Catan, we don't really barter much either.
I only played Catan once and I was grumpy.
You were very grumpy. It was a very awkward and forever going game of Catan. Yeah. So Steve is now the Pharaoh.
Wait, the Pharaoh's dead.
Long live the Pharaoh. So now you're the new Pharaoh. And so the next time we play this game, it's your dead body going down the river.
Wow.
So you go. What'd you think?
If the boat sank, I'd be in denial. But I'd be dead.
Yep, so you wouldn't care. What do you think of the game?
It was very pleasant.
It is very pleasant. And I think our playtime was close to an hour of like actual playing.
Yeah.
So just that.
It was a little 2-player was pretty tight, and so I feel like you didn't get the opportunity to plan ahead as much, and there's like I couldn't aspire to doing as many like crazy adjacencies and stuff, and I think that would probably mimic the larger player count games where you're battling other people for it. So I think that's fine. I think it just means like we were forced to not be super sandboxy.
Yes. Having played this with the tighter map and the non-player pieces on the board blocking stuff, it just made me like not want to play at 5-player. But I don't like to play games with too many players. I am insanely spoiled. By having a best friend that I play games with constantly.
And me.
And so I don't think I would play this at 5-player, but I can see the appeal of playing this 5-player. I can see how you would have a lot of spaces open. The bartering would become like a lot more of a thing because you can make future promises, but there's nothing in the game that says like you have to hold to them.
Yeah.
And I think that would be a large part of the game at 5 players. And I know people who we play games with that would be part of the game. I don't know if I would enjoy it, but I know that we could play with them and they would enjoy it, and I would just be the sulky pants over in the corner. But that's just how I am with these playing games, which is fine.
One thing I noticed is this in 2-player we were racing to kind of get the one we wanted, but there were enough of these that we could comfortably go for different ones. I think
you could modify it, yeah.
We can modify it, but I feel like at 3-player this would be a lot of fun because we would be battling to like try and get the resources you need to put something down. Also, you know, as the resources deplete, I know there's a thing where like you're trying to take actions to stall long enough for someone else to play a monument so that resources go back into the supply so you can get them. So I think more of those timing elements would come out in 3-player.
Yeah.
This reminded me a little bit of other games that have a pass mechanic when you play them 2-player, where once the first person passes, it's like
all hand bars, yeah. Matthew wants to know, did we like it overall? I did like it overall. I think that for me, this game, we could play this with my family. So my family, when we go and play games with them, it's either 4 players or 5 players when we sit down and play. And there's not a ton of games that we can play 5 players that I will enjoy that are also simple enough for my family.
That also aren't like completely completely random. Or
that aren't just and that's why I wouldn't enjoy it. But I think that my brother would enjoy this one because he could block and be a dick. That's my brother.
He's like that's his player archetype.
Yeah, basically. And like the bartering and stuff, he would like a lot of that mechanic. My sister-in-law would hoard resources. Like I already know how we would play with this, and it's simple enough that we could teach it to them. And they could play, and they wouldn't be overwhelmed or upset by it.
Yeah, one thing I do like is the fact that you can see it's not... This is a round counter and also shows the progression of the game and kind of what you can do, so it sort of elegantly opens up the map. So I think that, like, how long is this game gonna last? Oh, what do you mean it ended? I wasn't planning for that. Like, I don't think those would be concerns for, like, playing with your family, like, first time.
Yeah.
Like, it's, like... is the game about to end? Also, I think there's probably going to be a lot of replayability.
We didn't go to the city at all because we kept blocking the cities before anybody went to them, so we didn't see a lot of these cards, which made me upset.
Probably, yeah, these are all like awesome rule breakers in here that we just didn't see, and that would I think add a lot of replayability.
I think that while we could play this again 2-player, and part of me is like, I kind of want to play this again 2-player. I'm more interested in playing this 3 or 4-player than playing a 2-player again. It's not bad 2-player. I think that if you're playing with somebody who you and your opponent, if you're more comfortable bartering, it could be interesting. I feel like in the 2-player mechanic, there's just going to be less bartering in general because you're competing. So unless it benefits both parties mutually, I don't know how much bartering would happen in 2-player.
And so much of the game is about blocking spaces or using up resources and things that other people need. So I think there's more opportunity to like interact with or mess with other people or offer to not mess with them or whatever. Like there's these 4 market spaces. We didn't go here much and we didn't use these up, but once someone has used it, it's gone for that round.
Yeah.
So like in a 3-player game, I can see me like, okay, I need to make this 4 for 2 stone trade because that's one of the only ways left I can get stone. But I need to do something else. Like I think those.
Well, I think that in 2-player, there was a couple times where I was like, oh, I have to do this or Steve's gonna screw me, and like it did happen on a couple instances where I beat you to what you wanted. I think more often than you beat me. But like in a lot of 2-player games that are 2 to 5 players, we play a lot of games that say they can play 2-player, but they don't limit the field enough in 2-player to allow that kind of backstabbery at blocking in 2-player. And so I was expecting that in this game to like have too open of a field for us because it can go up to 5 players, but it definitely did not. Like we were in each other's face and we were racing, and I think it was tight enough.
No, like the map was really tight, and then this was like our release valve, all the other spots. So I think what I'm interested in like 3 or 4-player is the map is more open, but then these are tighter. I think that would be an interesting feel. So.
But, it's interesting. I think it's an interesting take on the action selection, resource management. kind of building. I like that when you go someplace, you're not only gaining the resources and blocking your opponent from gaining those resources, you're also blocking building spots, potentially for yourself for that round, which is something that you have to weigh against. I don't know of a lot of games that as you build things, you're blocking the resource spots. I think that's pretty slick, and I like that on any given turn you have to debate, do I want to use this for resources or do I want to leave it open to try and build something? And as a spot, the fact that you can do, like, one worker blocks 2 fields and then later, like, as you build something and there's 1 field available, it's interesting. That's interesting to me that it kind of, the field doesn't go away completely. It just gets halved in power.
And one thing that I noticed that was interesting about the half fields is they weren't getting built on or used for resources later in the game. Like if there's a 4 open and a 2 open, the 4 will get used first. So I can sort of count on, like, at least there's going to be a 2 open.
To either build or to put a resource on. Yeah, and I was doing that as well.
So that was really interesting.
As far as criticisms go, the only criticism that I can really see is that there's no, for colorblind, because the workers are, the gray and the yellow and the red, they're not, I don't think, too competing. The yellow and the red might have a problem, but I think they went with a shade of yellow that would maybe be darker, but I wonder if it's too dark and it looked gray, and then, I don't know. The player pieces, there's enough that if you're playing at lower player counts, I think that there's enough options that you can kind of work around having a colorblind player playing with you. And then the resources are all unique shapes, so that's kind of an easy fix for that. I think that these cards, the boon cards, is super slick. I like this a lot. Steve hilariously did not play any boon cards into the last. He kept forgetting to play boon cards, even after I told you.
Well, no, it was just the timing wasn't right, and I was like, I don't want to waste it.
Got it.
So
the fear of wasting it means that you wasted it because you never used it.
Right, but I got to use exactly the ones I needed in the last 2 rounds.
Oh,
so
fair.
That actually I thought was kind of nice because they are powerful enough that at least for me it was worth waiting.
Yeah,
I know you're more on the can't hardly wait angle. But...
use it or lose it. Yeah, so that's Sailing Towards Osiris. Thank you again, Daily Magic Games, for providing us with this copy of Sailing Towards Osiris so we could play it. Check out their other products such as Valeria Card Kingdom, and which is probably the game they're most known for. 10-Minute Heist, and Food Truck Champion, which I like. Food Truck Champion's pretty fun. I bought a copy, and it's in, like, the queue for, like, wanting to stream. But
yeah, it's kind of...
Our queue is so long.
Food Truck Champion, I think to me and also to you, is a...
It's Glory to Rome-esque.
It's Glory to Rome-esque, but it's in that style without having ability-heavy cards. That took a lot to get out because, like, Impulse, Glory to Rome, Montanai, and Import Export are all in that mold, but they all have, like, very powerful kind of game breaky abilities on, like, all the cards. And so Food Truck Champion is, like, a very similar style of play, but very more Euro-y in that it's narrowed down on earning victory points and scoring sets.
Yeah.
Rather than ability powers. So that was definitely
and there's no
cool
insta win cards.
Yeah,
which makes
I
me
think
happy.
all of the other games I mentioned all have. So.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, it had a nice ebb and flow to it.
This game or Food Truck Champion?
Oh, this game.
I know you're trying to make a pun, but it did actually have a nice ebb and flow. This is, like I said, this is one I would definitely play again. It's designed by David McKenzie. I'm sorry, I forgot to say that. And yeah, I don't know what else to say about it except for I want to play it again with a higher player count.
I like Daily Magic purple as a color. I know
it's a thing. They do it. Also, I don't know if I can ship this game. It's such a big box. So this is the last stream for July, because next week, though while technically part of July, I will be traveling to go to Gen Con. So there will be no stream Tuesday unless you can coax Steve into doing something solo. Might stress him out too much, so I'm not going to put that pressure on him. But if you want to, you can stream something solo,
so
my
you
dear.
can put the pressure on him.
But I won't. Because the last time I put pressure on him to stream something, he blew out an outlet and almost caught a fire. Started a fire in the house.
John helped.
John did help with that. This is true. But hey, we got our house electrically upgraded for that reason. If you didn't know, I have a Patreon, and you can go and support us at patreon.com/the1tar, and that supports purchasing and acquiring all these games. We don't always get them for free. One of the reasons that we are able to get them for free is because I go to conventions and the publishers see me and I talk to them in person, and they give me the games to sponsor streams with, and then we give those games away. So this game will be one of the games that we will be giving away in the future. This month's giveaway for July for our $5 level Patreon backers will be Century Eastern Wonders. So if you want to win a copy of Century Eastern Wonders, courtesy of Plan B Games, you can go to my patreon.com/the1tar and become a $5 backer once payments clear for the month of July, which will happen probably like August 2nd or 3rd. I would normally do the drawing right then and there, because it's Gen Con Crazy, I can't guarantee that I will do the drawing in the Gen Con Crazy, but I will do it as soon as I get back, and I will mail out Century Eastern Wonders to the winner. There's also a small games reward level, so if you just support me $1 a month, you can be entered in to win a small game, and the small games are games that either we've picked up in our travels around the world, so they're like copies from Europe, which is pretty interesting if you're in the US, or they're games that we've been sent by publishers, or they're games that we've gotten and we enjoyed, and they're just moving on from our collection. None of these games are brand new, but they're very lately used, and like I said, they're either donated by publishers for our streams, so we've streamed them, or they're games that we bought, we streamed, and then we're giving them away. So, yeah. There we go. I think that's it for the Patreon spiel. If you enjoyed watching this video on Twitch, go ahead and give us a follow with the heart. That way you'll get Twitch notifications when we go live. Thank you for tuning in and hanging out with us on Twitch. We stream for you guys. We could be just playing these games, and then I could be writing blog posts, which for some games I do occasionally on my Patreon. But yeah, we like hanging out with y'all in the chat. Y'all are fun. That's part of the reason we stream. It's like one of the primary reasons we stream. Otherwise, the next stream will be, I don't know if we're going to do a bonus surprise stream on Thursday. We did it last week because I managed to get my hands on a copy of Villainous. I don't know if it's going to happen this week. The world is kind of crazy as we get closer to Gen Con. So it'll probably be after Gen Con will be the next stream. So not next week, but the week after is the next stream that I'm here, unless Steve decides to randomly do a stream next Tuesday. If you're watching live in the future, I'm glad you watched this long. I hope this was helpful for you and enjoyable for you. You should come and hang out with us when we're live if you can. Otherwise, feel free to give this video a thumbs up, and make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel to make sure you don't miss out. Did I miss anything? It's all the spiels. They're yours!
Okay. Alright. On that note,
my kids tomorrow, my D&D summer camp kids, they get to go pantomime with a Azer, which is fire dwarf basically, and then they get to capture fire snakes, which should be hilarious. I'm really looking forward to that one.
I think my favorite part of your kiddos doing this adventure is the fact that I did it with you as a trial run, and you GM'd, and then that gave you a bunch of ideas on how to make it even more awesome for the kiddos.
Yeah. Yep. So. It's helped. It helped a lot. All right. Thanks for watching. We're going to open up all of the windows in our house now because it's cooled down outside, and it's now hotter inside than it is outside. Yep. So we're starting to sweat under these studio lights. We'll see you all in 2 weeks.
Goodbye, Internet.
Goodbye.
Happy Gen Con.
Oh, yes. Happy Gen Con. I should be tweeting sporadically during Gen Con if you're curious. For seeing that I'm doing. I usually do a Gen Con video of like top anticipated games. Might do it, might not. Don't know. We'll see. Okay. There we go. Okay.